And the question still lies, why did they send me for this? Or these books, rather. It's bizarre. So, before I head back, I'd like to read them. But I have so many. On Artaeum by Toss, Il, and Selma. Isle of Artaeum is the third largest island in the Somerset archipelago, located south of the village of Moradunum, village of the Potenza, and west of the mainland, and west village of Runesbay. It is best known for being home. Oh, excuse me. Indeed. Village of Runesbay. It is best known for being home of the Sigic Order, perhaps the oldest monastic group in Tamriel. The earliest written record of Sigics is from the 20th year of the First Era and tells the tale of the renowned Breton sage and author Vornit traveling to the Isle of the Artaeum to meet with Lachesis, the right master of the Sigists. Even then, the Sigics were the counselors of kings and proponents of the Elder Way, taught to them by the original race that was inhabited Tamriel. The Elder Way is a philosophy of meditation and study said to bind the forces of nature to the individual will. It differs from Magica in origin, but the effects are much the same. That said, it is perhaps more than coincidence that the Isle of Artaeum literally vanished from the shores of Somerset at the beginning of the Second Era, at about the time of the founding of the Mages Guild in Tamriel. Various historians and scholars have published theories about this, but perhaps none but Lachesis and his own could shed light on the matter. 500 years passed, and Artaeum returned. The Sigics on the isle consisted of persons, mostly elves, who had disappeared and were presumed dead in the Second Era. They could not, or would not, offer any explanation for Artaeum's whereabouts during that time, or the fate of Lachesis and the original council of Artaeum. Currently, the Sigists are led by the Lord Master Solaris, who had presided over the Council of Artaeum for the last 250 years. The Council's influence in Tamrielian politics is tidal. The kings of Somerset, particularly those of Moradunum, have often sought the Sigic's opinion. Imperial Oriel V was much influenced, Oriel 5, influenced by the council in the early, most glorious parts of his reign before his disastrous attack on Akavir. It has been suggested that the fleet of King Orgum of Diadonia was destroyed by joint effort of Emperor Antiochus and the Sigic Order. The last four emperors, Uriel VI, Morihatha, Pelagius IV, and Uriel VII, have been suspicious of the Sigics enough to refuse ambassadors from the Isle of Artaeum within the imperial city. The Isle of Artaeum is difficult to chart geographically. It is said that it shifts continuously, either at random or by decree of the council. Visitors to the island are so rare as to almost unheard of. Anyone desired of a meeting with a Sigic may find contacts in Potenza, and Runesby, as well as many of the kingdoms of Somerset. Were it more accessible, Artaeum would be a favored destination for travelers. I had been to the isle once and still dream of its idyllic orchards and clear pastures, its still and silent lagoons, its misty woodlands, and the unique Sijic architecture that seems to be as natural as its surroundings, as well as wondrous in its own right. The Sephora Tower, in particular, I would study, for it is a relic from a civilization that predates the High Elves by several hundred years and is still used in certain rites by Sijics. Perhaps one day I might return. Note: the author is currently on the Isle of Artaeum by gracious consent of Master Sargenius of the Council of Artaeum. What books were they? Distinctly. Trainer Seleth. Sarthal holds a prominent place in Skyrim history. Even its most do not remember it by name. It is, of course, the site of one of the first major Nord settlements, one of the first cities of men in Skyrim, and the earliest known capital of their civilization. It was also the site of terrible bloodshed when the elves attempted to drive Nords out of Skyrim, to succeed only in incurring their wrath in the form of Ysgramor and his fabled 500 companions, who swept the elves from Skyrim and firmly established it as the home of the Nords. All this is known, but little else. What happened on that night of tears, when Sarthal was razed to the ground? What provoked the elves to such a deliberate, vicious attack? And what prompted such a severe response from the Nords? Vingalmo's treatise on the Altmer antecedent suggests that elves of the Merithic era, along with their counterparts, the early Dwemer, possessed a degree of sophistication unparalleled in Tamriel. They displayed power beyond what could be expected of the time. While a distinct explanation is not given for this, I believe that this work, compared with the earlier writings of Hesef, Careerness, I don't know, suggests that something greater was at work on the night in Sarthal. The true motives suggest behind the Night of Tears had been obscured to us by passage of time, but I believe this was not a simple war of territory or of control of Skyrim. I believe that happened was a significant event based around something very particular. The Nords found something when they built their city buried deep in the ground. They attempted to keep it buried, but the elves learned of it and coveted it for themselves. Thus they assaulted Sarthal, their goal not to drive the Nords out, but to secure the power for themselves. I believe Ysgramor knew something of what the elves would find under Sarthal, and rallied together his people to keep the elves from gaining it. When Nords once again controlled Skyrim, this power was buried deep below the earth and sealed away. Time has kept his knowledge from us, but it is my hope that time will also reveal the truth of these words. Every effort will be made to relocate Sarthal and find that which has been lost to us. Alright. least we have some background on the Psijics. That will help us, that's for sure. Quite the climb. Oh, I hear you, man. I might do that, actually. That's a very good idea. What is this wall? Never seen something like this. What is that? Oh, I need to get out of here. There's no way I'm strong enough for this. What? Oh, I hope I don't break my neck. Oh. I gotta make this jump. will not defeat me. Good job. Oh. Silly me.
Do your work. I love a good fight.
Is it just you then? Let us go.
No. kill you.
We put up a good fight. Huh. It's pretty well hidden. Get some gloves, I think. Maybe some hand armor. Surprised my hand hasn't gotten cut off yet, rather. Oh. There we go. So, that should be about it. Time to head back to the college. Maybe they'll give me another reward. I would like to invest some time in enchanting, though. It's been on my mind. Good, Matt. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It's been a while. How you been? I haven't touched it in forever. Oh. You're not coming at me, are you? Nope. Oh. Ah. Come on. Oh. Should probably use the frost. Burnt herself out. said I would check these out. And I'm going to do just that. They didn't give me a time increment. Can be gone for as long as... Oh! Brilliant! It's a little warmer in here, not much. Oh, there's a lantern. Someone's here. Or could be. Don't want anyone to hear me. What happened here? Oh God.
Where is it? I know you were trying to keep it for yourself, Cesar. You always try to keep it for yourself. No, there's got to be more scoop. Shut up! Shut up! Don't lie. You did it. You always try to say
Jazar? Where's Jazar? I heard him. What is this? If only Umani would have left one of these dwarven machine creatures intact for me to study. The fact that they almost killed those Khajiit brothers in the middle of the night doesn't mean we couldn't have found a way to disable one. We've dragged some stuff in front of the pipes. They came out to stop them from coming back. They are simply fascinating. It is just as Caselmo described in dwarves versus their appearance does. In fact, resembled that of an arachnid. I had thought that to be an embellishment given by this source. The inclusion of the soul gem into the design of the apparatus is quite remarkable. It would explain the focus for the lightning that he describes. Oddly enough, it doesn't appear to be the main power source for the apparatus. Perhaps some sort of harmonic resonance with the energies contained in the soul gem to bring heat to the small boiler. Too early to say conclusively. That does raise the question of where they get the liquid for the boiler, however. That was strange. I thought I had just saw something moving behind the barred door. It looked vaguely humanoid. I wonder if it could be an undiscovered automaton. I'm going to move my bedroll down here to see if I could catch another glimpse of it. This is also fascinating. See you, Matt. Thank you, dude. Okay, cool, because once you get the Mirror's Boots, you can select a perk, get Arcane Chanter. I think that one Enchanter, I think that one allows you to have Magicka for 30 seconds. Get the telekinesis spell. Have an object on hand that can travel, and you'll get a level. Oh, that's a very good tip when I'm not role playing and stuff, man. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Ah, I don't know what to work on this. Ah! They're fearsome. I must be careful. More careful than I've been. Ugh. I can't let them get the jump on me.
Who is this, brother? Another of the smooth skins looking for food? This one wasn't trapped with us. No. You must be the one who took my scoop. What was that?
I didn't take any of your drugs.
Can't wait to cut out your head.
Oh!
Nobody here now.
Wow. Glad I quick saved. Good job, Jadar. Oh, I didn't have stone skin on. Out of character? No, man. I'm actually doing like a roleplay, like immersion run through.
Who is this, brother? Another of the smooth skins looking for boot? Das? No. What was that? Tell you what. Stop that so I can stab you in the back.
That man was high out of his mind. Is this his brother? This one is at wit's end. I signed Jadar and myself up for this expedition to get him clean with the skooma. I brought a small supply to try to bring him down slowly, but the storm has had us trapped in the glacier for the weeks. The other have not yet caught on to the one with the fur should not shake so much from the cold, but I've run out of the little skooma I've brought, and Jadar's getting pretty bad. He started hallucinating creatures coming out of the ice and the ruins. The others are starting to think he may be behind Valley's disappearance, but I know he would never do something like that. Careful. Never actually done this before. Just got in caravans. Load of money here and there. This is madness. I have to get used to it. It's been about a week since Valley went missing, and now Interest is gone too. We found blood leading over to the bod off doorway, but Sulla seems to think that they found a way through and that they are trying to cut him out of the discovery. Keep saying that we need to press on. We managed to break through in another section of the ruins, and in an emonculary where the dwarves would produce their automatons. We learned that the hard way that the metal creatures are still alive in there, and it hasn't improved Yag's mood at all. She holds that the Khajiit brothers aren't involved with the disappearances and have been keeping a hard eye on Sulla. The rations have all but run out, and we are going to have to decide soon whether to brave the storm or to try to push further into the ruins. I don't know if the echoes of screams I've heard in my sleep are those of our missing comrades or my own. Nightmares. Sorry, that was awkward and really drawn out. Better safe than sorry. A reaction over there. Wonder if it can support my weight. Oh. Glorious. How did anyone get up there? I mean, besides, like I did. No way they planned that out for years. Obviously, they never got back. Out of character bug detected. Gotta cast Conjure Familiar with my right hand. Oh my, it was a novice lock. I'm just pointing at myself. Ah, damn it all. Damn it all. get in there. Oh, okay, thanks, memes. So funny every time I read your name. Yeah, no, for sure. They seem dormant. Like they're waiting for something. Bizarre. The eyeless creatures took us in our sleep. I don't know what happened to the Khajiit brothers. We never saw them in the cell. I managed to pick the lock and we made a break for it, but got split up. Sulla yelled something about not leaving without finding what he came for. Umana chased after him. Yogg and I tried for the top of the cave shaft, but one of the ramps was broken. Without a hesitation, she grabbed me from the scruff of my tunic, threw me atop the ledge, and told me to run. And I did. I didn't even look back. I just ran like a coward. I could hear her fighting them, and I just had to get away. I didn't even notice the arrow in my shoulder till I hit here. Damn it all. Oh, out of character. I know, dude. It's just my fingers. I have shaky hands. Sorry, guys. I try. I just try to implement it into my character's hot-headedness every time I fail. Down here, if I can't get through there, I'll find a way down here. She went out to warrior's death. Weapon in hand. Huh! Try to kill me when I'm not looking. Why don't you die? hurt to take a break. Make some potions. Try my hand at it. I read a few books back at the college before we headed out. Maybe I can put it to good use. And out of character, we're gonna do the whole like, oh, crazy. I'm gonna eat absolutely everything. Tired. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Ugh. Palmer got house phones. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I want the human flesh. There's no end to this. Ah. Does it ever end? I don't even know if I can find my way out now. I don't think it's saved. There must be an ending somewhere. Can't go on forever. Ah! 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 Rocks fell. Thanks, man. You have a good night, bro, if I don't see you. But I appreciate the support. What? What is that? Cast, damn you! Whoa! Ah! Ah, clever. Come here. That didn't work. Is it operated somehow differently? I don't need that. There was another one as well. It was exhausting.
Sulla, let's just get out of here. Hasn't there been enough yet?
Of course, you want me to leave. So you can have all the glory for yourself. What was that?
Who's there?
So you were a mana, were you? That didn't have to happen to both of you. get out of here. I can't be trapped. Oh, I forgot. I got that key. Thank goodness. Am I finally out of here? How do I... There it is. It's been so long beneath there, my eyes haven't adjusted. I can't see anything. Oh, thank you. I feel like someone was telling me something. I appreciate it. Oh! You too. Hello.
What is it?
Just saying, be careful. These ruins are far from inactive. There's Falmer in there, believe it or not. Just watch yourself. Better side of caution, yes? Dude, I don't know. It's just not my accent. I'm just trying something. Out of character. Is it bugging you? get the horse, man. This running's getting on my nerves. It's back and forth, delivery, airing this, airing that, kill some vampires, read a few books. Can't take it. Need a promotion or something. Initiate doesn't cut it. Just my voice with a little twist on it. There she is. Home sweet home. Hold.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Oh.
Let's see here.
Watch out.
The Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Y'all. Thank you. Check this later. Go. Get out of here. Go. Shoo. No, you can't. Stop. Shoo. No. No, I'm not going to be the initiate that lets a fox in. No. Back. Shoo. That's better. Good day. Hello. Okay, just run me off the path. Kano is still there. I don't know what business he wants, but if he sticks around any longer, I'll follow him out 1 hours. Wee hours of the morning. No one will miss him. And I can get a start on what I came here to do. Yes. If anyone would like a mod loadout, let me know. I'll copy and put it in the next description. Also, if you'd like, in other videos previously to this, there are in the description there's a backstory for everyone to get caught up on. So just, you know, a little heads up.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Very. I have the books that you were looking for, though. No harm. Just, you know, you failed to let me know that they were vampires.
Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toldir. And here. I suppose you've earned these.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Alright. Very kind.
Assorted books, scrolls.
Are there any special books you have an eye out for?
As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study. But more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
Indeed. Indeed. Monologue inside head. And with that, I might be able to get ultimate power for the goal I have in mind. Well, thank you, Auric. It was quite an impressive library. Is there any college business I can assist with if I ever get any time?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Anything to sharpen the wit and battle prowess? Yes.
Well, all right. Here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
Thank you. Well, here,
Assorted
let's
books,
trade.
Scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful.
Thank you, Auric.
All right, then.
And yeah, I do have face cam videos as well. Hello.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Oh, what have you got for sale?
So you
Trading?
wish to master the arcane arts?
You have many a thing. I will take this one as well. Seem interesting enough.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
So you don't sell anything, though. Okay. You. Human. We need a word. You know what you put me through? Things I had to see.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope.
Let
So
me
you
see
wish
your
to
wares
master
before
the
we
arcane
talk.
arts.
Honestly, I've played the Mage's questline when it like first came out, like the college. I just recently played through a werewolf like, companions run through with the Dawn Guard, but I had a really wonky mod loadout, so it didn't really work out. And I had to restart, which is a really big bummer because I really enjoyed that one. But other than that, I've done a little bit of this game, you know.
Next time, it's always encouraged. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Oh no, I wanted that. Give me that back. Urag sent me back to you after you sent me to him. There's a lot to run around with you people. Can we just get something straight? Like, do I get a reward for something? I need payment. Because I'm not always going to do this.
Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
I mean, yeah, there were books. The man's all about books.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll be sure and stop by the Arcanium later. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll
Leave
have
off.
more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruption.
Yes, he's a right prick.
Immediately. Let's go.
No, I'm not going anywhere with you. Don't you understand? I don't like you. I've never liked you, and I'm not going to like you.
Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
Why do you have your hand in everything? Aren't you just a watcher?
Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Altmer Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
I spit on the ground, in character, right at his feet. And I heat the ground with fire. And dry it up. No, that's upsetting. I don't like that guy. Like, whatsoever.
Now,
what do you need?
You are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Let's get this straight. You don't order me around. Remember that. I could just real quick.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm.
Did you? You've stopped time.
It is good to meet you in person.
You did, didn't you?
I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
And why, with something of this gravity that your people keep saying it rides on my shoulders, shouldn't you have done this? Shouldn't you handle this? What does this have to do with me? Do you know of what's happened to me?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
Well, that's just great. I can trust you not to intervene, though, against me.
I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm.
So let's get to the bare bones. What exactly is this problem everyone keeps spouting about?
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
Listen, I have my own means and goals at hand, but I feel like this will be detrimental to everyone as a whole. So I'll help you, but you just gotta come clean. You gotta tell me what I have to do.
Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. The overwhelming power of the Eye makes it difficult for us to see. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Who was the Augur of Dunlane?
He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different.
His location?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
were you about to say
What is the
something?
meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Yes.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I should
Yes,
simply take my leave.
I've never met this man.
What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
I never knew how short I was compared to my kin. The man was towering over me.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow.
No, no. Never you mind, Savos.
Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed.
Have you ever heard of the Augur of Dunlane?
Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
Oh, thank you, Gummy Bear Unicorn.
Dilly dilly.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
To unload all these books. Start my own collection so I won't have to leave the confines of my own room. I'll have to go to the library. Seclude myself. It'll be glorious. Tough dear, I'll speak with you in a moment. Please. Spelltone will teach its reader the internet. Okay.
Jezalgo is eager to hear how the scrolls are working.
It's always encouraging to see. So you wish to master the arcane arts? Take care now. The college will be here. Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you?
Where's the Midden?
Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful. Take care now. Education is never
Look like he needs a hand.
Yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but, well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value. If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me?
What was it?
My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to find it. Until next time.
Hello?
If you have a moment, could you help me with something?
What do you need help with?
We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me?
What's in it for me?
Well, I simply thought you might wish to help out one of your fellow mages. If that's not enough, I suppose, I have this amulet you could take.
Okay.
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask Jezargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There! Now Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results.
What?
I'm not really sure. I think it's just a minor miscalculation on my part. I'm sure it will wear off soon. When it does, you'll be perfectly fine, and then we can try again. In the meantime, I'll see about figuring out what went wrong. All right then.
is Jazargo. Kano, move.
I'm not sure what just happened.
Jazargo is eager to hear how the scrolls are working. Jazargo awaits word of how well his scrolls work.
I need your help with something. Something private.
What's wrong?
Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet. I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family, and I never should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what it'll take to get my amulet back.
What did you need from Enther?
It's also none of your concern. Just talk to him. See if you can convince him to give my amulet back. Until next time.
Alright guys, on that note, I'm actually going to call it quits on this stream. I might start another one up. Hope so, maybe not. But yeah, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like. If you were here, leave a comment. Let me know you were down there. And if it truly fondled your eyeballs, sub to this content. It helps the channel grow. But this is Dragon Lungs signing out. I hope I brought you nothing but fire, no smoke. Take it easy, guys.